It is quiet, too quiet. I don't like it.
So I did go live on the stream, Bob, just so people joining will see it.
Okay.
So no vulgar commentary.
Boy, did we have a bust yesterday on British art and artists. Was that atrocious?
Yeah, that was kind of impressive, actually.
Oh my gosh. Nobody buzzed in. Nobody got anything right.
Complete and utter silence.
Utter. It was awful. Man.
Samuel, let me know if people are having issues joining. Haven't had any yet. Did have some problems with people getting kicked off yesterday, but it's still 5 minutes out, so we should be good.
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
It's weird for me. The Hangout's working just fine, and I don't. It's what's weird is the big image isn't coming on my screen anymore, which is strange. But it's working on the stream, so it's working for you guys.
What big image?
The thumbnail of whoever's talking, like, so the active speaker isn't popping up anymore. So it's working, it's functioning on the Hangout and functioning for you. I just don't know why it's not showing for me.
I got.
Hi, Rochelle.
Hey.
So you can do it in two different steps. You could either share your screen first or create the window first. So what I would suggest to do is open up, have Chrome open, and to actually open up a new window within Chrome.
Yep.
And then you go to the web address tpt.mykaplan.tv/hosts.html.
Is it .tv?
Yep. Slash.
Forward or backward?
This way. Backward slash. I think.
Yep.
Host.html. So host.html. And so there you can put your name in the name spot.
Okay.
And then the blue team is me, Casu, Marzu.
Wait, Dad. Me.
Casu, I should say. Sorry. M-I space C-A-S-U space M-A-R-Z-U and then an ellipses, ...
It's supposed to be me, Casu, Marzu, Esu, Casu, Marzu.
Oh, and then Hangouts.
Cut off.
And then the red team?
Is the alternates.
It's all capping everything. Is that okay?
Do you have caps lock on?
Yeah, that was it. Okay.
Dan, can I give you a training tip?
Sure.
Always a bad idea to say. What I would suggest you do is, we novices don't want suggestions. Tell us straight from the shoulder, do X, Y, and Z.
All right.
It's something I've been trying to prune out of teacher training. You might want to, wait a minute. Do you want me to do it that way or not? Tell me what to do and I will do it.
I am all for everyone finding their own way, Bob.
The game code is 867.
Okay. And so here, Rochelle, you would want to share your screen. So up in the left-hand corner is that green window with the white arrow in it.
The green window with the white arrow.
Should be share screen up in the upper left-hand corner.
In which window? I'm sorry.
In the Hangout window.
Okay.
In Hangout.
Back in the Hangout. Share screen.
I love the once upon a time behind your left shoulder. That's so good.
This is will be my third child's nursery in short order, so I'm being evicted.
Okay, so you're seeing in my share. You're seeing you. Okay. Do I?
So
the other?
Yeah, it's one of two things depending on how you're sharing. Are you on dual monitor?
No, I only have one monitor.
Okay, so you can do one of two things. You can either unshare the screen that you have now and just share the application, or bring up the scorekeeping window now should should show on your screen.
Okay.
So there it is. I see it. There you go.
Yeah, but now I can't see I can't see.
Right. You wouldn't see the Hangout while scoring. You would hear the Hangout.
So okay? So you score through audio only?
Mm-hmm. You'll see who buzzes in right there on that buzzer. Like so, who's on right now? Has anyone logged into the buzzer yet?
No.
Let's see. Rochelle, what's the game code again?
867.
Okay, 867, and the website you need to go to is tpt.mykaplan.tv. tpt.mykaplan, so MYKAPLAN.tv. It's a web app. And then you'll put in your team name, your name, and then choose your team name to join the buzzer.
What was the game code one more time?
867.
Thanks.
If I use an iPad, I can see the game, right?
Correct. If you wanted to join the Hangout again from an iPad, you could see the game while also listening. So 867, also known as Jenny's first 3 digits to her phone number. 867. So
settle down, Sam. You're too excited.
Well, just before he said Jenny's number, I said 5309, and then he just said it right after, so I got very excited about it.
Was one of you responsible for the scheduling brackets? Bob or Rochelle?
Me.
No? We thought it was very cabal-like and kind of cruel to pit the 2 NXT teams against each other so early on in this process. Just making us, devour our own before we had a chance at the rest of the field.
That was me, but that was unintentional. Sorry about that. I didn't know I just did it kind of the first team played the last team, the second team. It was just based on the order they came in.
It's a classic cabal non-denial denial.
Oh God. Classic cabal. Okay. Fair enough.
Sounds like fake news to me.
I have to figure this out here. Hold on.
Sorry, everybody. Just a couple more moments, and our other 2 team players are joining.
Who's the captain of the alternates?
And that's fine.
That's me.
But you can't plug into.
Me being
Nicole Hart.
You can take it.
and the captain of Casu Marzu?
Ray.
Right. And is it Casu or Casa?
It's Casu.
Casu.
It's from the famous famous GRE GMAT passage about the maggot cheese.
Oh, not famous in my house, but
No?
I'll play your game. Casu Marzu. Sukasu Marzu, I assume. Okay, Ray and Nicole. All righty.
We seem to be experiencing some technical difficulties in the room here. We will have additional team members shortly.
Apparently a flying saucer is landing.
All right, we can go ahead and get started if everybody else is ready. We're just, Josephine's having some internet problems, but she's joining.
You're muted.
Dan, are you there? Rochelle?
I'm here.
Okay. I think I froze and I had to go out and come back again. That happened twice during the match yesterday. So we should just be aware that it could happen.
Okay.
And where's Dan? Is he available?
I don't know. I'm not sure if on these ones where he's not scorekeeping, whether he's still usually there, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. I'm not seeing right now on your screen, the buzzer is completely hidden by my own face.
I know, because I'm talking to you. Here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See? Yeah.
Yeah, there you are. Okay. Got that now.
Okay. I'm going to go off audio. Are we ready?
I'm ready. Dan's not here. We just need you and me anyway. So.
Okay, so let me go off audio. I will share the buzzer, and I'm in the background if you need me.
Has everybody tested their buzzers yet?
Who's doing the buzzer resets? Oh.
I think Rochelle is. Okay, I guess we'll jump ahead. Hi, everybody, spectators and players alike. Welcome to another TPT match. For those of you who've played before, and I think most of you are veterans today, we have a couple of new wrinkles. The most important new wrinkles are related to the regular play, that is the 31st round and 32nd round clues. There is to be no consulting among the teams before the buzz-in. In other words, I'm going to give you the first category is going to be top U.S. franchises, franchise businesses. I will give you the clue, but we are looking at everybody in your little boxes at the bottom. There's no consulting. The idea being each team member is on his or her own to buzz in and go for it, okay? So we're watching you, and that's one new rule. Another new rule is that no one is permitted to buzz in a category more than twice. Whether they're right or wrong, you're only allowed to buzz in twice. That's why we hosts, I'm Bob, will give you a few seconds before each category to sort of chat among yourselves, and you can decide, like if the category is football, if you have a football maven on your team, you might tell the football maven, save your buzzes for late in the category when there's more points. Does that make sense to everybody? Tell you, I've looked at you've been playing these games, most of them, there's no edge you'd give to anybody, the usual word play and pop culture, but we will give you a few seconds to chat there. Once I start reading the clues, though, please zip it.
Hey, Bob,
Yes,
are there always 5 questions per
there are
category?
always 5 clues per category.
And you
6
always start at
categories
the
per
top.
round. I always start at the top and work down, and I'll be telling you the score. I'll give you periodic score reminders, but rock bottom, at the end of every 3 categories, you'll get a score update. Okay, and that's for the spectators as well as for the players, and for me. Our score keeper is Cabal leader Rochelle. So this is her first time, so please don't shoot the piano player. You know.
Yeah, Bob.
Yes.
Should I leave my microphone? I don't want to leave my microphone on, but in order to then come on mic, I have to switch my screens. Is that okay?
Yeah, you don't. We generally the scorekeeper need not come on mic.
Really? I was hoping to do a little song.
Oh,
No?
whenever you want to get on mic, you do so. You're the head of the cabal and my right hand on this match,
Okay.
so you have total agency.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to come on mic unless you need me. Bye.
Oh, bye. Okay, let's see the score thing again. There it is. The red team are the alternates. Captain Nikki. We get a wave for Nikki. Can you give a wave? There she is, just so the spectators know. And Casu Marzu, the captain, is Ray. Ray. And the reason, spectators, you want to keep an eye on the captains is when if a team is wrong, the other team can consult. That's when you can talk amongst yourselves. When you're, for the 10 seconds, up to 10 seconds before the captain, Ray or Nikki, gets on mic and says either pass, and the sooner you say that, the better for keeping the game going, or your response. Okay. All other rules are the same. If I think of anything, I'll mention it as it comes along, but you buzz in without consultation. There's Dan. A little askew, but he's there. Okay, teams, here we go. Hands on your K buzzers, big smiles. There you go. Remember, we have to see you in live camera. Joseph, you've got a frozen photo at the moment. We need to see real people so that we know there's no consulting, but we know you'll all, behave. So here we go. For 1 point, top U.S. franchises. I already told you that was a category. Hands on your K buzzers, please. Oh, thank heaven for this largest chain of convenience stores where you can get a big gulp day or night. Joe.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven is right. First blood to Casu Marzu, 1 point. Very good. Remember, no consulting and no sound when the unmuting happens. Okay. You can buzz in at any time, however, a reminder. Can we reset the buzzer, Dan? There we go. Top U.S. franchises for 2. Ante up the money, and you can have one of these hardware stores. It's the helpful place. Ante up the money. Andy?
Lowe's.
Lowe's is incorrect. We subtract 2 points from Casu Marzu, and here you go, Nikki. You and your team have up to 10 seconds to consult. I'll repeat it. Ante up the money, and you can have one of these hardware stores. It's the helpful place. They're consulting, and at the end of the 10 seconds or sooner, Nikki will say pass or give a response.
What is
Sorry?
it?
Ace is correct. And that was my golf voice for those of you keeping score at home. That's 2 points for the alternates. Okay, we move on. Top U.S. franchises for 3. In quotes, grill and chill with this franchise that's been serving up its soft serve, Joe?
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen, soft serve ice cream since 1940. Okay, for those of you watching at home, Joe is now buzzed in twice, I believe, in this category. So Joe is locked out for the rest of the category. Just to, not to pick on Joe, just to illustrate, I try to find an early illustration so that everybody knows what we're talking about. Okay, here we go, U.S. franchises for 4. This women-only circuit training fitness center began franchising in 1995. Sam.
Is that Curves?
It is. Apparently it's not for women only. Sam gets 4 points for Casu Marzu. Well done, sir. And now the final clue in this category, top U.S. franchises for 5. Begun in Japan, this chain of math and reading centers ranks as the top tutoring services franchise. Begun in Japan, this chain of math and reading centers ranks as the top tutoring services franchise. Connie. Unmute, please, and answer.
Sylvan Learning Center.
Incorrect. We subtract 5. And over to you now, Ray, to get a little revenge. You have 10 seconds. This begun in Japan, this chain of math and reading centers ranks as the top tutoring services franchise.
We're going to guess Kumon.
Kumon is correct. That's 5. Okay. So there's lots of points ahead. Deficits are always easily gotten out of. So this category has a question mark attached. Classic movie original dialogue? Question mark. What that means, of course, is that Alex is bringing a bit of whimsy to the writing of the clue. Nonetheless, we will ask you to identify the film for us. Okay? So, classic original movie dialogue? Question mark. You'll name the movie. Here we go. You'll get the hang of it. Here we go for 1 point. No thanks, Mrs. Robinson. I don't know what a cougar is. Andy?
The Graduate.
The Graduate is right. And it goes on to say, and I don't think I want to find out. Is Elaine home? So there's 1 point. Okay. Here we go. Classic movie original dialogue, question mark, for 2. Oh, geez, George. It turns out Bedford Falls would be better off if you'd never been born. Joe?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Now this is awkward. Clarence would go on to say, It's a Wonderful Life. That's 2 more points for Casu Marzu. Here we go. For 3 points. No. I'm Antoninus. I'm not that guy. You want him. He's right there. The one that looks like Kirk Douglas. Ray.
What is Spartacus?
That's right, Spartacus. Played by a slight accent of Tony Curtis I tried to bring in as Antoninus. Singer of songs, if you remember. I am Antoninus, singer of songs. Okay. Here's for 4 points, original movie dialogue. No. Wilson would have killed you, Terry. You wouldn't have, Ray? Ray? Three seconds to buzz in.
Sorry, what is The Great Gatsby? It's not right.
That's incorrect. We subtract 4 points. Good opportunity for you, Nikki. In the alternates, I'll read the whole thing. No, Wilson would have killed you, Terry. You wouldn't have been a contender, just a bum, which is what you are. Sorry. So, Nicole, you have 10 seconds to answer.
What is the Raging Bull?
No, that's incorrect. 4 points subtracted, no harm, no foul. Nope. Been a contender, not just a bum, is On the Waterfront. I think Ray knew it. On the Waterfront. Okay. Original movie dialogue, question mark, for 5. Here we go. Oh. I thought you said something else. Rosebud, that was his sled. That all you need? Ray?
What is Citizen Kane?
Right. That all you need? I'm kind of busy. I love that one. Okay.
Bob?
Yes.
Was that Ray's third buzz that round?
It was. And we have to subtract the 5 and another 5. The 5 you added and the 5-point penalty. That was the third buzz for Ray. You're right.
The 5 wasn't added yet.
Okay, then just take the 5 off, Rochelle, please. Thank you. That's what the scorekeeper's for. Sorry, folks. It happened a couple of times. We'll get out of the habit. The way to handle it might be when you're done with 2 clues, you might want to take your finger off the buzzer just to remind yourself. Okay.
Yeah, Rob, the other team has a chance to answer the question.
No, now that we heard the answer, we move on.
Okay.
If we had not heard an answer, yes, but since we did hear the answer, we're going to have to go on.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Rochelle. Lots of time left, players. Lots of points left. Here we go. Hello, Dolly is the category, but we are not talking about the Bette Midler musical that's a hit on Broadway. It's Doll-Y, Doll-E, so dolls are part of the category. Here we go for 1 point. Everybody muted? I thought I heard some shuffling. Okay. 1 point. This type of doll represents a particular person. Sticking pins in it is said to Mike?
Voodoo doll.
Voodoo doll is right. 1 point for the alternates. Hello, Doll-E for 2. In the 1880s, this inventor reduced the size of a phonograph so that it could fit inside a doll and make it talk. In the 1880s, this inventor reduced the size of a phonograph so that it could fit inside a doll and make it talk. 5 seconds. Time. Who else but Thomas Edison? Thomas Edison is the correct answer there. Okay. Hello, Dolly for 3. Mattel has announced 2 I Can Be dolls of her, news anchor and computer engineer. Mattel, Ray?
Who's Barbie?
Barbie is right for 3 points for me, Casu, Marzu. Here we go, Dolly for 4. Chrissa Maxwell, who moved to Minnesota to live with her grandmother, was the 2009 Girl of the Year. Ray?
What is American Girl?
American Girl is right, and that's 4 points. And finally, 5 points in Hello, Dolly. This doll with the red and white striped legs and red yarn hair was created by cartoonist Johnny Joe?
Raggedy Ann?
Raggedy Ann is right. I think they were hoping somebody would say Pippi Longstocking, but Raggedy Ann is correct. Johnny Gruelle in 1915. At the end of 3 categories, quarter of the way through the match, Casu Marzu is at 20. The alternates at -6, still clawing its way back, but they will, trust me. Here we go with Creatures of Nature. Creatures of Nature for 1 point. And that Creatures of Nature is no, surprise there. It's Creatures of Nature. It's a science category. For 1 point. Taking the go out of escargot, this mollusk is said to be able to lie dormant for months at a time. Taking the go out of escargot, Ray?
What is a snail?
Snail is correct. For those of you watching at home, we accept all responses in the form of a question, but we're not forcing anybody to do so. I know I would if I were playing, so I sympathize with Ray. Creatures of Nature for 2 points. The peregrine type of this bird can reach, Andy?
Falcon.
Peregrine falcon can reach speeds of 200 miles per hour in a dive. Pretty good. And you should see me at a salad bar. Woo, I'm even faster. Here we go for Creatures of Nature for 3 points. This alliterative sea creature can pack a 300 to 650 volt wallop. This, Mike?
The electric eel.
Electric eel is the walloping alliterative creature. Very good, Mike. That's 3 points for the alternates. Here we go for Creatures of Nature for 4. Now known as an insurance mascot, this type of, I knew I wouldn't even get to the word. Go ahead, Ray.
What is a gecko?
Gecko is right. This type of lizard gets a, whatever. Yeah, gecko is right. I should have moved that phrase to the end, but we got to read it the way, play it the way it lays. Here we go, 5 points. The Hercules type of this insect can lift things 850 times its own weight. Connie.
The ant.
Correct. Track 5. Here we go with Casu and Ray. You've got 10 seconds to consult with your team. The Hercules type of this insect can lift things 850 times its own weight.
We're going to guess beetle.
Beetle is right, the Hercules beetle. Nice taking a shot, Connie. The game only goes to the bold, so hang in there. Okay. Our next category is 1984. Not the book, the year. 1984. Okay, for 1 point. January 1st. This Southeast Asian Sultanate gains its full independence from Great Britain. January 1st, 1984. This Southeast Asian Sultanate gains its full independence from Great Britain. 5 seconds. Joe.
Is it Hong Kong?
Incorrect. We subtract a point from Casu Marzu. Here it is for you again, Nikki, and your team. January 1st, 1984, this Southeast Asian Sultanate gains its full independence from Great Britain.
We're going with Brunei.
Brunei is right, 1 point. Alternates never say die. They're going to get out of that hole. You wait and see. 1984 for 2 points. January 24th, 1984. Apple introduces this influential computer model. Mike.
What is the Apple II?
Incorrect. Subtract 2 points. Over to Casu Marzu. January 24th, 1984. Apple introduces this influential computer model.
We're going to go Macintosh.
Macintosh is correct. Okay. 1984 for 3. May 19th, 1984. Led by a great one, this Canadian team takes its first Stanley Cup. May 19th. Mike.
The Edmonton Oilers.
That is correct. And the great one was, of course, Jackie Gleason. No. Wayne Gretzky. Okay. The alternates are right. Here we go. 1984 for 4. August 21st, 1984. 500,000 people marched through the streets of Manila protesting this president's rule. August 21st, 1984. 500,000 people marched through the streets of Manila protesting this president's rule. They're all thinking, nobody's consulting, which is the way it's supposed to be. 5 seconds. Time. We would not accept the husband of the shoe lady. We would need Ferdinand Marcos. Ferdinand Marcos, though he was the husband of the shoe lady. Okay, here we go. 5 points, teams, for 1984. January 3rd, 1984. Syria frees a U.S. Navy flyer following a visit from this U.S. politician. June 27th, Cuba frees 48 prisoners, ditto. Andy.
Jesse Jackson.
Very good memory. 5 points is right for Jesse Jackson. Okay, here's our final category in the first round, 1 to 5. The previous one was 1984. This one is Big Brother, but brother is in quotes, and you should all know what that means. The word brother will appear in every response. Good luck, teams, as we wind up the first round. For 1 point in Big Brother. For 1 point, Zeppo and Gummo. Ray.
Who are the Marx Brothers?
Who are Marx Brothers is right for 1 point. Big Brother for 2. A sibling by marriage, not genetics. Andy?
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. We would have accepted stepbrother as well. That's 2 points more for Casu. 3 points for Big Brother. 5-word nickname of Philadelphia. 5-word nickname. Mike?
The City of Brotherly Love.
That's 5 words. Very good for the alternates. That's 3 points. 4 points in Big Brother. Sanguine term for a steadfast friend. Ray.
What is a blood brother?
Blood brother is right. And our final clue for 5 points, final clue in the first round, that is the title of this World War II set miniseries was also a phrase from Joe.
Band of Brothers?
Band of Brothers, but I'm hearing some talking, so that's just a warning to both teams. When you unmute, I can hear no sound. 5 points is correct, Band of Brothers. At the end of the first round, the alternates still struggling to get out of the red. They are the red team, but that's only a coincidence at -3. Casu Marzu has an impressive 50, but as I always tell people who are going on Jeopardy, there's no money in the first round. Nothing's at stake. Save your energies for the second round. Of course, there's no money at stake here at all, just a little babka and a lot of bragging rights. But nonetheless, here's where the points double and everything can really change. Our first category in the first of 6 going from 2 to 10 points is, appropriately enough for Kaplan, geometry. Geometry is our category for 2 points. A cube has this many sides. A cube has this many sides. Andy?
6.
6 is right. That's 2 points for me, Casu, the blue team. Okay. This is a long one for 4 points. When 3 boxes form a right triangle, the sum of the squares in the top 2 boxes is equal to the number of squares in the larger box, illustrating this geometric theorem. Josephine. Have to unmute.
I don't have a mic. Pythagorean theorem.
That's right. Of course. Leave it to Kaplanites to know that. And the alternates are finally out of the minus column with 1 point. Okay. Nowhere to go but up. Here we go. For 3 points in geometry. No matter how many sides a convex polygon has, the sum of its exterior angles will always equal this many degrees. Mike?
360.
360 is right. And that's 6 points for the alternates. Told you, you can come back. Anybody can come back. For 8 points. An ellipse's center of symmetry is midway between these 2 points, abbreviated F. An ellipse's, Andy?
Foci.
Foci is right for 8 points. And now we have a surprise substitution, surprise substitution, surprise substitution, la 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 la. It was impossible to give you this one without a visual, so I have to throw in a surprise substitution, and the same rules apply. If you've already buzzed in twice in this category, just because it's different, you can't buzz in again. It's like twice per 5. Here we go, teams, for 10 points. The clue is, the category is, or earthquakes. Sorry, I couldn't read my own writing. Earthquakes is the category. A big quake shook Turkey August 17th, 1949, the day this Minnesota politician was born. Al Franken shook him out of the Senate. A big quake shook Turkey August 17th, 1949, the day this Minnesota politician was born. Al Franken shook him out of the Senate. Five seconds. Time, the man, I wondered if anybody would remember. I barely did. Norm Coleman. Al Franken defeated Norm Coleman for the Minnesota Senate. Okay, we're out of geometry. We're back to 2 to 10 points. Anyone can buzz in. The category, pronouns. Pronouns, 2 words, and if I tell you it has something to do with sports, I'm not giving too much away. Okay, so decide how you want to parcel out your potential buzzing for pronouns. 2 points. Pro golfers know this term for an assistant comes from Latin for head. Ray?
Who is a caddy?
Caddy is correct. I did not know that, but thank you. For 4 points, pronouns. Baseball pros are familiar with this geometric name for the area where the next hitter waits his turn. Baseball pros, Connie?
What is a batter box?
Oh, that's incorrect. Sorry. Here we go, Mikasu, for 4 points. You can consult. Baseball pros are familiar with this geometric name for the area where the next hitter waits his turn.
We're going to go with on-deck circle.
On-deck circle is what we were looking for. Yeah, I guess they didn't figure box qualified as a geometric term. Nice try. Here we go for pronouns for 6. A tennis pro can teach you not to step over the baseline while you serve. That would be one of these. A tennis pro, Joe?
A fault?
Nope, can't accept it. I'm going to turn it back over to, it's a loss of 6. Here you go, Nikki. A tennis pro can teach you not to step over the baseline while you serve. That would be one of these.
Fault.
Fault? No, that's what the other team said. Sorry, we have to subtract that as well. It is a foot fault. A foot fault. There are lots of faults, but that is a foot fault. Okay, no harm, no foul, although the alternates are back in minus column, but nobody gained or lost any ground. Here we go, pronouns for 8. In pro basketball, it's a violation to stay in this part of the court for more than 3 seconds. Ray?
What is inside the key?
That is not correct, according to my information. So, Nikki, we have to go with you. In pro basketball, it's a violation to stay in this part of the court for more than 3 seconds. The team can consult, and if there's a problem, we'll work it out after, but they have 10 seconds to consult. To answer or pass. Nikki, do you have an answer? Nope. Okay. Ray, I have the paint. The paint is listed as the answer here. The paint. Okay. And now pronouns for, let's reset the buzzer. Pronouns for 10. In pro hockey, it's 64 feet from the goal line to this line. In pro hockey, it's 64 feet from the goal line to this line. Mike?
What is the blue line?
Blue line is right. Alternates out of the red as the red team, 7-52. Here we go. Opera characters. Opera characters. I never know whether this is going to be popular or not, but here it is. Opera characters for 2 points. In various versions of Othello, she's smothered, strangled, or Ray?
Who's Desdemona?
Stabbed to death. Desdemona is right. 2 more points for me, Casu, Marzu. Opera characters for 4. Yum Yum, who is due to marry Coco, falls in love with the minstrel Nanky Poo in this operetta. Yum Yum, who is due to marry Coco, falls in love with the minstrel Nanky Poo in this operetta. Andy?
The Mikado.
The Mikado is right for 4 points. Well done. 6 points in opera characters. A one-act opera based on an episode in Great Expectations is called This Woman's Wedding Night. A one-act, Ray.
Who's Miss Havisham?
Miss Havisham's Wedding Night was the one-act opera. That's another 6 points for Mikasu. Here we go for 8 points. In opera characters, this widower and hunchback is the court jester to the Duke of Mantua. This widower and hunchback is the court jester to the Duke of Mantua. 5 seconds. Time. The answer is Rigoletto. Rigoletto is correct. Now for 10 points in opera characters. Characters in this John Adams opera include Chou En-lai, Chairman Mao, and Henry Kissinger. Characters in this John Adams opera include Chou En-lai, Chairman Mao, and Henry Kissinger. Time. It's that favorite toe tapper, Nixon in China. Nixon in China. Everyone's favorite. Okay. Now, we have to replace an entire category with a surprise substitution, la 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 la, because it's totally visual. But I like this one better than the one I'm getting rid of. It's called mega events, teams. Mega events, big events. Here we go. For 2 points in mega events. The Cold War was effectively over on November 9th, 1989, when large, Ray?
What is the Berlin Wall?
Yeah, the large Ray was totally coincidental. The large crowds tore down this symbol of world division. That's 2 more points. But for Mikasu, the Berlin Wall is correct. Okay. Here we go, teams. Mega events for 4. 62,000 crowded LA's Memorial Coliseum on January 15, 1967 for the first of these. 62,000. Mike?
What is the Super Bowl?
First Super Bowl. Very good. And Mike, good job. A triple stumper on the show. It stumped those Jeopardy eggheads, but not Kaplanites. Good job. That's 4 points for mega events for the alternates. Here we go. Mega events for 6. Aren't these good clues? In 1996, more than 2,000 were trampled in the stampede for free beer at the coronation of this doomed czar. In 1896, more than 2,000 were trampled in the stampede for Andy?
Nicholas II.
That is right, Nicholas II. Free beer. Ooh. Okay, that's 6 points. For 8 points. Over 42 days in early 2007, an estimated 70 million gathered for the Art Kumbh, ARDHKUMBH festival in this country. Over 42 days, Ray?
What is India?
India is right for 8 points. And finally, for 10 points, on February 4th, 2008, 1 million gathered in this South American capital to protest against the FARC terrorist group and its actions. On February 4th, 2008, Mike.
What is Bogota?
Bogota is correct. 10 points for the alternates. The FALN is Colombian. Okay. That, I think, was a good clue. Okay, now we go back. And these are very short clues, teams, so hands on your buzzers. State lakes is the category. State lakes. I will give you the lake. You identify the state for me, okay? Everybody got that? State lakes for 2 points. Yellowstone Lake. Ray.
What is Wyoming?
That is correct for 2 points. State lakes for 4. Grand Lake of the Cherokees. Grand Lake of the Cherokees. That's O apostrophe. 5 seconds. Time. A triple stumper on the show. The correct answer is Oklahoma. Oklahoma. For 6 points. Lake Shasta. Lake Shasta. Ray.
What is California?
That is right, and you were out of this category. For 8 points, Sam Rayburn Lake. Sam Rayburn Lake. Time. He was Speaker of the House from Texas. Texas, Sam Rayburn Lake. And finally, for 10 points, Lake Peekskill. Lake Peekskill. Andy.
New York.
New York State is correct. Peekskill, New York. Okay, we go into our final category. Mikasu Marzu 98, the alternates 21. The category is from the Greek. From the Greek. For 2 points. Greek gives us this word for a poetic foot of 2 syllables, an unstressed followed by a stressed. Greek gives us this word for a poetic foot of 2 syllables, an unstressed followed by a stressed. Ray?
What is an I am?
I am, which is itself an I am, correct, 2 points. The opposite of that would be a dactyl. We didn't ask you for that, though. I'm just showing off. Here we go, from the Greek for 4. This bowl-shaped depression, Nikki?
Sorry, I didn't mean to buzz in.
Okay, do you want to take a stab at it? The bowl-shaped depression?
Pass.
Okay, I have to subtract 4.
We're fine letting that not count if it's possible to let that not count. We have faith in Nikki that she buzzed in.
Okay. All right, with you, scorekeeper? Apparently it is. Here we go. Accidents can happen. For 4 points, this bowl-shaped depression at the mouth of a volcano is from the Greek for a mixing vessel. Andy?
Caldera.
So, say again?
Caldera.
Incorrect. Okay, Nikki, you got another shot for 4 points to consult with your team. This bowl-shaped depression at the mouth of a volcano is from the Greek for mixing vessel. Team has 10 seconds to consult. What do you think, Nikki?
Pass.
Okay. It's amazing how these things work. The wrong answer on the show was caldera as well. And it went on to be a triple stumper, just as it did here. The correct answer, crater. Crater. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Maybe we'll do better with the 6-point clue. Here we go for 6. The name of this learning disability is partly from the Greek for word. The name of this learning, Mike?
What is dyslexia?
Dyslexia is right. That's 6 more points for the alternates. Here we go for 8. To make, this is a long one, so bear with me. To make jobs easier and safer, trucks on the assembly line are raised or lowered on accordion lifts called skillets. It's an example of this science of practical human engineering. It comes from the Greek word which means work. To make jobs easier and safer, trucks on the assembly line are, Ray?
What is ergonomics?
Ergonomics, nicely done. That's 8 points, and you're over the 100 mark. Ergonomics is what they were looking for in their prolix way. And finally, for 10 points, our final clue in the match from the Greek. It can be an introductory scene of a play or an introductory verse of a poem. Mike?
What is a prologue?
Prologue is right. So the alternates end with 37, a little bit too late to catch up to the Casu Marzu at 104, but this is a double elimination tournament, so we will see the alternates again. We'll certainly see Casu Marzu again. I want to thank scorekeeper Rochelle, who did a yeoman job, and thanks to all the players for a smooth, relatively smooth, I think, pretty smooth match. And I thank you for your attention and consideration. We'll see you again. Stick around at 1 o'clock. Ethan Sterling takes over as the host for our next match. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Have a great
guys.
weekend.